I do believe in the American dream. I believe there is such a thing as the American dream. And I believe those of us who've been given positions of responsibility must do everything we can to spotlight the dream and to make sure the dream shines in all neighborhoods, all throughout our country. Owning a home is a part of that dream. It just is. Right here in America, if you own your own home, you're realizing the American dream. And so here are some of the ways to address the issue. First, the single greatest barrier to first-time home ownership is a high down payment. It is really hard for many low-income families to make the high down payment. And so that's why I proposed and urged Congress to fully fund the American Dream Down Payment Fund. This will use money, taxpayers' money, to help a qualified low-income buyer make a down payment. And that's important. And one of the barriers to home ownership is the inability to make a down payment. And if one of the goals is to increase home ownership, it makes sense to help people pay that down payment. And we want to make the plan more robust. We want to make it more full all across America. Secondly, there is a lack of affordable housing in certain neighborhoods. Too many neighborhoods, especially in inner city America, lack affordable housing units. How can you promote home ownership if people can't afford the home? And so what I've done is propose what we call a single-family affordable housing tax credit to encourage the development of affordable housing in neighborhoods where housing is scarce. The third major barrier is the complexity and difficulty of the home buying process. There's a lot of fine print on these forms, and it bothers people. It makes them nervous. And so therefore, what Mel has agreed to do and Alfonso Jackson have agreed to do is to streamline the process, make the rules simpler so everybody understands what they are, make the closing much less complicated. We certainly don't want there to be fine print preventing people from owning their home. We can change the print. And so these are important initiatives that we can do at the federal government. And the federal government obviously has to play an important role. And we will. We will. I mean, when I lay out a goal, I mean it. But we also have got to bring others into the process, most particularly the real estate industry. After all, the real estate industry benefits when people are encouraged to buy homes. It's in their self-interest that we encourage people to buy homes. And so one of the things that I'm going to talk about a little bit today is how to create a sustained commitment by the private sector that will have a powerful impact. First of all, we want to make sure that we help work to expand capital available to buyers. And as I mentioned, overcome the barriers that I've delineated, as well as provide the education component. In other words, this is not just a federal responsibility. That's why I've challenged the industry leaders all across the country to get after it for this goal, to stay focused, to make sure that we achieve a more secure America by achieving the goal of 5.5 million new minority homeowners. I call it America's Home Ownership Challenge. First of all, government-sponsored corporations that help create our mortgage system. I introduced two of the leaders here today. They call those people Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, as well as the federal home loan banks, will increase their commitment to minority markets by more than $440 billion. I want to thank Leland and Franklin for that commitment. It's a commitment that conforms to their charters as well, and also conforms to their hearts. This means they will purchase more loans made by banks to African Americans, Hispanics, and other minorities which will encourage home ownership. Freddie Mac will launch 25 initiatives to eliminate home ownership barriers. Under one of these, consumers with poor credit will be able to get a mortgage with an interest rate that automatically goes down after a period of consistent payments. I'm serious about this. This is a very important initiative for all of Americans. See it as a chance for us to empower people. We're not going to talk about empowering government. We're talking about empowering people so they have got choices over their lives. Listen, I understand that in this great country there are too many people. We say this American dream. What does that mean? My eyes are shut to the American dream. I don't see the dream. And we better make sure for the good of the country that the dream is vibrant and alive. It starts with having great education systems for every single child. It means that we unleash the faith-based programs to help change people's hearts, which will help change their lives. It means we use the mighty muscle of the federal government in combination with state and local governments to encourage owning your own home. That's what that means. And it means that each of us have a responsibility in the great country to put something greater than ourselves, to promote something greater than ourselves,